Rick and Thad.
What's good, my people? Thank you for choosing Total Payout Podcast. You're chilling with your boy Trouble. Today's date, March 28th, 2026. Back with another episode. Got 5 picks for you today. Got 3 NBA plays and the 2 college plays, the Elite 8. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. The NBA, we got one side and then we got 2 prop bets. So let's go ahead and start with the side. Now we got Detroit versus Minnesota. First meeting of the season. Head-to-head last 10. Minnesota 7-3 straight up last 10. 5-5 against the spread last 10 and 5-5 over under last 10. Now Detroit is 4-1 against the spread last 5. Detroit is 5-1 straight up last 6. Detroit 3-8 straight up last 11 versus Minnesota, and they're 19-16 against the spread away from home. Now Minnesota is 4-1 against the spread last 5, 4-1 straight up last 5, but they're 17-21 against the spread at home overall. Now in this game, man, I got Detroit -1, total around 228. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take Detroit plus 1.5 in this game. Minnesota still got Ant-Man out. I think Io sat out last game. He's questionable for this game, so that leaves Mike Conley being pretty much the only de facto point guard on that team. He's about 2 birthdays away from being the same age as LeBron. I don't like that setup. Other than him, they got Julius Randle being the man getting assists out there. I mean, they got Bones Highland, but Bones Highland is a heater guard. He ain't running the point where he's trying to get you 8-9 assists. So I don't like the setup if Io doesn't play. Right now he's questionable, but I'm gonna take Detroit because I think Detroit's a little bit more positioned to they got a point guard that'll go out there and get you 10 plus assists if that's what you need, Dennis Jenkins. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Detroit plus 1.5. Now that leads me to my prop bet, my first prop bet. I'm gonna link this with this game is Dennis Jenkins over 6.5 assists. Now in his last since he's been starting, his usage rate has went up since Cade has been out. He's 4-2 his last 6 overall on his assist prop. He's averaging about 7 plus assists. In his last 10, he averages 3.5 for the season. So he pretty much doubling his assists since he's been in full-time starter right now since Cade been out. He has 7 plus assists in 6 of his last 9 games. So it's about 6.5 is what it's been set at. I assume it should be there, even though he's been hitting 9 and 10. Let's hope they give us another 6.5 for this game. Now, my third play in the NBA, which is another prop, is gonna be my boy LaMelo. We ride LaMelo. I keep telling y'all, we ride LaMelo until LaMelo miss a 3-pointer. So we're going over 3.5 3-pointers made for LaMelo. He's 8-2 over the 3-point made prop his last 10. He's averaging 4.5 3-point made his last 10, and he's averaging 3.65 3-point made just for the season. So until he does not make 4 threes, then we're gonna keep riding him. He's been killing it, and I'm gonna keep riding until he don't make 4 threes. Now over into college, the Elite 8. We starting off with Iowa versus Illinois. Now, obviously, for you guys who don't know, I'm an Illinois native, so obviously I'm an Illinois fan. This is not a bet with my heart. I handicap these games. I will go against my team if I know I can make some money. Trust me. Now, the first game they played was on January 11th, home game for Iowa. Illinois -1.5. Illinois won 75-69 over the total of 142. Now they are Big Ten. They are Big Ten compadres, so they play against each other often. Now in the last 10, Illinois is 9-1 straight up last 10. Illinois 9-1 against the spread last 10, and they're 5-5 on the total. Now Iowa's 4-1 straight up last 5, 0-6 against the spread last 6 versus Illinois, 0-5 straight up last 5 versus Illinois, and they're 3-8 last 11 straight up as a dog. Now, and they're also 6-2 against the spread on the neutral floor. Now Illinois is 5-1 straight up last 6, 1-4 against the spread last 5 versus the Big Ten, and they're 5-3 against the spread on the neutral floor. Now in this game, man, I'm gonna go ahead and ride with my boys. I got Illinois -6 in my personal line, total 147. They're around 7 right now. I just think Iowa is further than they probably themselves expected to be. Illinois to me is a perfect turning team. I think they're set up for success. They also have a positive play in the team that they're familiar with, and not having to play against a Duke or Arizona or Florida, somebody like that. They get to play against Iowa instead of Florida. So I'm sure they didn't put that on their bingo card, just like those of us who did not have Iowa beating Florida on the bracket. Trust me. So we're going with Illinois -7. I think Iowa met they fate. They got further than they expected. They've been chilling. They on sugar high right now, so it's time to go ahead and pack them bags and go home. My boy's gonna go ahead and lead them, let the table, set the table for them. Now, second game of the Elite Eight, Purdue versus Arizona. Gonna be a great game. Now, this is their first meeting head to head though. Purdue's 3-0 straight up. Purdue 3-0 against the spread, and they're 2-1 to the over. Now, Purdue's 4-2 against the spread last six, 7-0 straight up last seven, 4-1 against the spread last five versus Arizona, and 6-4 against the spread on a neutral floor. Now, Arizona's 5-1 against the spread last six, 10-0 last 10 straight up, 4-1 last five against the spread as a favorite, and 9-1 against the spread on a neutral floor. Now, that one is easy for me. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Arizona minus the 6 points. My personal line does have Arizona -4, total around 152. But I'm going to fade myself in this game. Not that Purdue's not a great team or anything, but I didn't like how they looked against Texas, and Arizona is leaps and bounds better than Texas. So I don't know if Arizona doesn't show up, different ball game. But if Arizona shows up, I don't think Purdue can hang with them. They're small down low. Their big boy is nice. He's decent. And they're that white. I can't think of his name, but Bluff or Cluff or something like that. Oscar Cluff or Oscar Bluff, something like that. He's like 6'11", but he's their only big that's really a real true big. Kaufman Ren's about 6'8", perfect college player. But Arizona got some NBA players over there down low. So I just think Arizona's going to be running roughshod over Purdue. They're going to have a game plan for Braden. They're going to be ready. I just think Arizona's going to be ready to blow them out, man. So let's go ahead and recap the games that we got. We got Detroit on the road +1.5 against Minnesota. And then we're taking Dennis Jenkins over 6.5 assists. And we're taking my boy LaMelo over 3.5 3-pointers. And then the Elite Eight, we're taking Illinois -7. Let's go. And then we taking Arizona -6. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. It's your boy Trouble. Total Payout Podcast, March 28th. Great Saturday, beautiful sunny Saturday. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe at the end of this video. I greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, man, please stay out the way. I want to thank you once again. Appreciate your time.
Hey, Rick and Thad.